wisdom of mothers. My mother, like many of yours, was a wise woman. Humor me a moment. Raise your hand if your mother used certain expressions over and over when you were growing up. You know the ones I mean.
Never go to bed angry or upset. Always say, I love you. These are words that my mother told me as I was getting ready to marry Duncan. They're words of wisdom that are my guiding principles until today. I bet you have those words too. I see you thinking about them. Words that were given to you by a mother or a grandmother, handed down from an aunt, a teacher. Words that guide you. You live by them.
We Jews are storytellers. It's who we are and what we do. We use our collective memories to transmit our values and our heritage, and we do it over and over again.
Pirkei Imahot, commonly translated as Ethics of Our Fathers, is a 2nd, 3rd century set of Mishnah. It's from the Mishnah, book of law, but it's really wisdom of men that were meant to be guiding principles for the Jewish people. And they handed them down from generation to generation. They got put into a book. There are 6 chapters, and they're just words to live by. Don't separate yourself from the community. But they also have words in them like more women, more witchcraft. Right? It's a problem. It was written by men for largely a male audience, and it didn't always jive with me. So why does it matter?
Lynn Magid Lazar expressed it very well when she wrote, "There are issues others may not address if we as women do not tackle them. There are concerns that may never be focused on if we as women do not undertake them. There are moments in relationships that will be lost in the blur of activity if we as women do not value them." She concludes with, "Our collective power is unstoppable."
Because we believe that just as Moses was standing at the mountain and the elders of the Great Assembly were standing there too, the women were there too. The women had wisdom to pass on from one another and is equally valid and important. And from there we pass on our wisdom from one to the next. And so our book, Pirkei Imahot, the wisdom of mothers, the voices of women, is just that. It's women adding their voice to this conversation of centuries and really being preserved in the great canon of Jewish wisdom that we pass on from generation to generation.
And that's what Rabbi Posen and I have done in our book. We've told, or more accurately retold, the story of Pirkei Imahot through contemporary feminine eyes. And we've invited Jewish women from different geographies, ages, and experiences to use their voices, to tell their stories, to share their words of wisdom through their contributions to Pirkei Imahot. We've also included some quotes from well-known Jewish women whose names you will recognize. It is all these stories, old and new, and the people who wrote them, that we celebrate tonight.